The year is 1962. The world above teeters on the edge of nuclear war. We descend into the bunker, thick air, humming electronics, and the heavy steel door sealing us in. This is Cheyenne Mountain or somewhere like it, a fortress carved from rock, built to survive the apocalypse. The mission is simple. Survive the blast, the fallout, and the months underground. But survival isn't just about dodging bombs. Down here, the real enemy is the cold, a deep, relentless chill that seeps from the earth itself. The rock around us stays a constant 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, pulling heat from everything inside. Without powerful heating, the bunker would become a refrigerator, threatening lives in hours, not days. The engineers planned for everything: air, water, food, medicine. But they nearly missed the slow, creeping danger from below. The cold wasn't just uncomfortable, it was a silent killer. Every creak, every silence felt like doom. The earth, a massive heat sink, was the most persistent threat. In the end, survival depended not just on technology, but on understanding the ancient enemy beneath our feet. The battle for warmth had begun. The cold was the silent killer they had to defeat. The engineers focused on nuclear threats, blast doors, EMPs, radiation. But during long-term drills, the cold became the real enemy. Soldiers shivered in their bunks, heaters struggled, and fuel supplies dwindled. Hypothermia clouded judgment and sapped morale. The concrete floor was the culprit, a giant radiator in reverse, sucking warmth from the air and from every footstep. No matter how much they heated the air, the floor stayed icy, draining energy and hope. More heaters meant burning through precious fuel, unsustainable in a crisis. They needed a passive solution, something that could manage temperature without constant energy. Modern science was stumped by a basic law of nature. The answer wasn't in the future, but in the past. Ancient survival knowledge held the key. The engineers realized, to beat the cold, they'd have to learn from those who'd faced it for centuries. The solution was buried in history. The Vikings had already solved this problem. One engineer remembered the Vikings, survivors of brutal Nordic winters. Their secret wasn't in the walls or roof, but in the floor. Vikings dug down, laying stones beneath their longhouses to create a thermal mass, a heat battery. A central fire pit warmed the stones, which then radiated heat back up for hours. This simple system kept their homes warm, even in the harshest climates. The Viking floor trick was passive, efficient, and required no constant fuel. The engineer proposed adapting this ancient method to the bunker. Skepticism gave way to urgency. The cold was winning. Could ancient wisdom outsmart modern problems? With little to lose, they decided to try. The answer to their survival was hidden in the stones beneath Viking feet. Sometimes the best solutions are the oldest. The past would save the present. The Viking floor was their breakthrough. The engineers adapted the Viking floor for the nuclear age. They couldn't dig up the bunker, but they could build on top of the concrete. First, they laid down thick insulation to block the cold. Then, they added a new thermal mass, concrete mixed with heat-absorbing materials like soapstone and ceramics. The floor became a modern heat battery, storing warmth from heaters, electronics, and even body heat. Instead of losing energy, the bunker now held onto it, releasing gentle warmth for hours. The transformation was immediate. No more icy floors, no more constant shivering. Energy use dropped and morale soared. A warm floor brought comfort and security, crucial for survival under stress. The Viking floor trick worked. Ancient wisdom, reborn, made the bunker livable. The defenders could now endure, alert and effective. Sometimes survival is about rediscovering what we once knew. The past had made the future possible. The Viking floor trick isn't just Cold War history, it's a survival lesson for today. Sometimes the smartest solutions are the simplest and oldest. Ancient knowledge, born from experience, can solve modern problems. The Vikings understood thermodynamics intuitively. Work with nature, not against it. Whether you're in a bunker, a blizzard, or the wilderness, the principle is the same. Use what's around you to store and manage heat. A warm floor, a bed of leaves, a rock wall behind your fire. These tricks save lives. Warmth is more than comfort, it's hope and security. The engineers learned that a warm floor did more for morale than any speech. In any crisis, create a zone of comfort. It's key to survival. Look to the past for answers. Ancient wisdom is the ultimate survival tool. The key to survival is often found by looking back.